I cannot wait to introduce Jackie O'Byrne, our coordinator of communications media. Jackie, take it away. I say communications media,
I know. I was going to say
coordinator of
that's not what I am.
the extended school care program. I am the coordinator of communications media. It's been one of those days, folks.
Maybe we're switching jobs and you need to do the presentation tonight for
I,
everybody.
I'm going to let you do it. I think you're far more
Okay.
qualified. All righty. I'll let you take it
All right.
away, Jackie. I'll bring up your presentation here in a second.
So, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight. We're really happy to have you here to share some of our information about what exactly our extended school care program is, and try and help answer any questions and alleviate any of the stress associated with sending your child off to extended school care following or before their school day. So, our extended school care program. So, we offer basically two programs. We offer a before school care program and we offer after school care. Our before school care program begins at 7 a.m. in the morning. While your child is with us, they'll have breakfast with us, which is included in the cost of childcare. They'll do crafts, games, and they'll play different activities. They'll get into the gym for most schools in the morning. Then in the after school, we begin that as soon as the school dismisses. So it looks a little different for the Walton Farm and Bridle Path families. Your school after school program begins at 3 o'clock, and all other schools start at 3:30. All programs end at 6 o'clock. Again, while your children are with us, they will have a snack. They will have an opportunity to do homework. They'll have arts and crafts, and they'll have different games and activities, indoor and outdoor time. So, again, the schedules look different at each location, and you'll get more information from your site coordinators about your specific location closer to the start of school. And then finally, I just want to share that all of our programs are licensed by the Department of Human Services, and we are a Star 2 facility at all of our locations. Some of them are in the process, but we definitely have 5 that have already received their license. We have the rest of them are all in the process of just getting their certificate. You may continue on. So, one of the things that come up is weather related closures and delays. So, this is always a very important topic for parents because they need to know what to do with their children. So, if there is a school closed day or a virtual day, there is no childcare available to families. If we have a 1 hour delay, our program will begin an hour later. So we normally start at 7 a.m., we'll begin at 8. And the same thing will happen if it's a 2 or 3 hour delay. In the event of an early closure to school, an early school closure due to the snow, we will remain open for 2 hours after the school day dismisses. However, there are certain circumstances when there's very severe weather that we may not offer the program, and their children will be dismissed with the rest of the school at early dismissal time. So I just want to make sure that you guys, all families have arrangements for immediate pickup or a backup pickup person, not only for weather related issues, but any type of emergency that may occur. Okay, next slide. So we also offer in-service daycare. I have the days listed there. October 23rd will be, I'm not October, September 23rd will be our first in-service day. All of our in-service programs, that's a full day in service, are held at Bridle Path Elementary. We operate from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. And then again, we have the same variety of activities that are included throughout the before and after care that run the gamut from 7 to 6 p.m. The children are offered breakfast, lunch, and a PM snack. Now, for these programs, you will need to register, and there will be a Google link that will be sent out to families approximately 1 month before the program date. So that will be sent to you in our Brightwheel application. If you can put it on your phone. If you have it on your phone, I recommend that you put your notifications on because we do send messages to you, and we do send alerts to families as well. We don't want you to miss anything that we're sending out to families. These days are a pay day, and it's $50 for the day, and it is due. You'll get a different date that it's due on the registration form, so that you're not officially registered for the day until you pay the registration fee. When you pick up your child or drop off your child, you're going to use that main entrance at Bridle Path. It's door number 1. And we're going to ask that you bring photo ID with you. We ask that you bring photo ID in the very beginning of the school year as you're coming out to the school, but it's really important when you come to any in-service day at Bridle Path that you bring your ID with you, because all of our staff rotate who's working that day. So it may not be the specific staff at your child's school. You may go to the next screen. So in addition to the full day in service, there's regular early dismissal days. On October 15th, we will have our first early dismissal day. For Bridle Path and Walton Farm, it'll start at 12 o'clock. For all other schools, it'll start at 12:35. Now, for registration, you don't actually have to register for this day. If it is a regular scheduled day that your child would attend, then we're expecting your child to be there. If you're not going to have your child attend that day, we ask that you send a note to us, the Extended School Care Program, either in Brightwheel or in person. You can hand a note. And then we're also going to ask that you let the teacher and the school know as well. And then if you need to add the day, we're going to ask that you also reach out to us and we can check to see if space is allowed. If it is not a regular scheduled day, it is a cost of $40 for the day. But again, you must call to check to make sure we have availability if it's not a regular scheduled day. So what do I mean by a regular scheduled day? If the first in-service day falls on a Tuesday and a Tuesday is a regular scheduled day for your child, they come every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then that is covered in the cost of your tuition. And then don't worry about trying to remember the dates. Not only will Bob post this presentation to our website, however, we will send you a newsletter each month that will give you these important dates on it. You may proceed to the next slide. So dropping off and picking up your child. So drop off and pick up at each building looks the same as far as dropping off, bringing your children to the door, making sure you have a visual contact, eye to eye, acknowledging that we're transitioning the child from your care to our care, and then at pickup time that we're acknowledging that we are now turning your child back over to you and you're responsible for your children. And the staff at the schools, they do it differently. Some staff are signing in your child for you, and then other locations have parents signing in and out using our Brightwheel app. So your specific check-in and check-out process will be different at schools, and your site coordinator will be sharing that information with you. All kids must be signed in and out of the program. Again, you want to make sure you bring ID with you until the staff know who you are. And if you ever send an alternate pickup person that's listed on your list of authorized pickup persons, you want to make sure that they have ID with them. And then one final reminder is please don't park in the fire lanes right up alongside the school, because that space is really intended for fire trucks, and we don't want to be parking there. We can move on to the next slide. So safety and security, I know that's a really important thing for all families. So our doors are locked at all times. When you get to the school, you're going to need to ring the doorbell. At some of our entrances, there's going to be a doorbell letter that you're going to get. It is going to be sent home to you in Brightwheel. Sorry, it's going to be sent to you in the Brightwheel app. But our doors are locked at all times. You ring your doorbell, the staff will come and open the door for you, greet you and your child. We have monthly fire drills and we practice all of our emergency procedures. So we do lockdown drills, we do weather emergency drills with the children just like they do during the school day. And we use the same exact evacuation locations as the school. You will get an emergency location letter sent home to you in Brightwheel, but we'll also have copies of them available at the school should you need a paper copy for yourself. That'll come home, like I said, in the first couple weeks in September, probably within the first 2 weeks. We can move on to the next screen. Okay. So if you need to change your schedule for any reasons, we're going to ask that you put it in writing to us by the 14th of each month. So exactly what does that mean? It means that if you need to change your child from a 5-day-a-week student to a 3-day-a-week student, you're going to put it in writing. Writing can be an email to us, or you can put it in Brightwheel. Any messages you send to us in Brightwheel using the admin parent message will come right to us at the central office, and we'll be able to make those changes for you. And then what will happen is it'll go into effect on the first of the following month. So an example of that would be to change your schedule for October coming up. You will need to let us know by the 14th. And then we'll make those changes for you. We'll change your billing, we'll change the rosters, we'll change the schedule, and we'll make sure the staff are all notified of it. If you'd like to withdraw your child from the program, we ask for a 30-day written notice letting us know that you're looking to withdraw. If something happens, like loss of a job or you're moving, please reach out and have a conversation with me, because there are certain circumstances where we do um, modify that. And then anytime that you want to purchase an extra day, so like if you come on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and this Thursday you need your child to come to care, you just need to let us know. We will look to make sure we have space available, and then we will add your child to the roster for that day and to the attendance schedule. But again, you need to call the main office here over at the ESC building. We can move to the next screen. So, medication policy. It is really important that if your child takes medication during our program hours, that you're making us aware of it and that you're providing a copy of that medication with us. All medication needs to be in its original container with the prescription label on it. We need to see the student's name and the doctor's name. In addition, if the doctor's label are not on, I mean the doctor's instructions for admission of the medication, administration of the medication is not on the label, then you're going to need to make sure we have a copy of that prescription. Um, you'll also need to complete a medication log permission form. They are available at the school, and we can also send one to you via Brightwheel, where you'll be able to download the form, fill it out, and then upload it. And what the medication log is actually a form where each day we give your child the medication that they need, we're going to sign it and indicate what time it was and how much of the medication we gave them. And then finally, we ask that if your child has any asthma or allergies or any action plans whatsoever, please let us know. We will send you a link. You can upload it to us, or you can email the action plan to us. And so if your child has an allergy action plan that requires an EpiPen, in addition to providing the EpiPen and the Benadryl, if your child takes Benadryl as well with it, that you're going to need to complete that medication log for those items as well. But we do need to have the action plan on file for your child to administer the EpiPen. And then also, in the event that your child is diabetic or has any other medical conditions, we want to make sure we have that action plan for that as well. Okay, and so we have some final reminders for you. If your child's going to be absent, we want to make sure that you are communicating with us. Even though you may be letting the school know your child is not going to be coming to aftercare, that they're getting picked up, please send us a message in Brightwheel so that we could immediately account for your child's absence and not be looking for your child through the building, because we do have a protocol for missing children where the staff need to make sure that they're reaching out to the classroom teacher, the office, and then you to make sure that we can account for your child's whereabouts. And again, if there's multiple families who don't let us know, by the time we're getting to all those families, 15 minutes could have passed, and 15 minutes is a long time for us not to know where your child is, or for you not to know that your child isn't with us. But inform your child's teacher and the after school teacher, and we can communicate that together, and we can make that a smooth transition. Another reminder is that all payments are due on the first of the month. Our staff do not accept cash. You can pay with a check or a money order. You can mail that to us at the ESC, or you can give it to the staff person who will bring it over to us. But also, you may also go onto the Brightwheel app and pay via the Brightwheel app. Via Brightwheel, you can use a credit card, a debit card, or you can use your banking account. It is a very secure network that they use, a very secure site. And I recommend that you would use your banking account, because if you use your routing number and your bank account number, it's a less of a fee for Brightwheel to charge you. And then all payments are supposed to be due on the first of the month. And then as of the fourth of the month, if we don't have it by close of business day on the fourth of the month, on the fifth of the month, when we come in, there's an automatic late fee assessed to it. It's done automatically through the system. We can go to the next slide. So, some final things that we want to share with you. If your child is in kindergarten through second grade, our staff actually walk to each of the classrooms and pick up the children. So, again, in those cases, it's really easy for us to have that conversation like, hey, um, John didn't come out into the hallway. And then they could share with us that they do have a note that he's going home. But again, if you let us know, we're on the same page as the teacher. We provide homework time for the children. That time is about 30 minutes. We do that Monday through Thursday. Now, if you're thinking about our kindergartners who might not have homework time, we do offer a quiet time for them. Quiet time is not we're silent, it's we're doing quiet type activities, whether it's playing a game, coloring, something that's not an arts and craft or a gym game with them. Any student who is new to our program or our current sixth graders going into sixth grade, you will be required to give us a new health form. The preferred health form is the CD51, which is the Child Care Health Assessment Form. However, if you have a copy of your physical that you provide at the school district for sixth grade or kindergarten, you can send it to us. The Department of Human Services is now accepting that form for us as well. And then when you come to pick up your child and you're buzzed into the building, we're going to ask that you do not walk through the building. You're just going to come right to the child care program, and that you're not walking around the building or going to your children's classrooms, because the teachers that are there, are working at that time. And it's really important that they get to use that prep time. And again, we want to make sure we're securing the building and not allowing parents to walk the building for any reason. So that way, if you're in the building, if there's anybody in the building, somebody should be stopping them. And then we're going to ask that your children leave their personal belongings at home. We know sometimes they sneak a toy or something into their book bag, but we just don't want to see it go lost or missing, because we know that those items are really important to them. And when they go lost or missing, it's very overwhelming and upsetting to them. So the last bit of communication and resource comments that I have for you is, at any point, you can contact anyone in the office here to assist you with any questions or concerns you have. You can send a message in Brightwheel, and one of us will get back to you. Um, all items will be going out through Brightwheel. You'll get your monthly newsletters. You'll be getting your menus, all through the Brightwheel app. Any communication, we'll typically send it through the Brightwheel app to you. If any questions, if you send us an email, of course, we're going to respond via email. But again, the preferred communication is Brightwheel. And then again, just indicating that if you need a medication log for your child for any reason, needing to add a medication, change the dosage, anything, they will be available at your program, and you'll be able to get a copy of them. Next slide. And that brings us to, are there any questions, Bob?
We definitely have a couple right here. So
I
again,
see
at the
them.
bottom of your portal is where you want to be looking at the questions when we come there. But I'm going to ask a few myself before we
Okay.
get started. So as we go
Awesome.
through, the one thing I think is critical of what it needs to be done, and I'm sure this is in the paperwork because I'm not registered in extended school care, but I think the importance of the backup person for snow closings or early dismissals, and or any type of emergency that might happen if there's a power failure or something happens where we got to dismiss early. All those things can happen, and that is the least convenient ones, and you don't expect it. So if you're at work and you're in the city and you see it starting to snow, you're like, oh, I got to keep an eye on this. I might have an early dismissal today. You can start to prepare for that. But if we have a transformer blow up down the street and the school doesn't have power and we end up dismissing early, that's an unexpected surprise for you. So that backup person, I think, is critical, because when we're dismissing early, we're trying to get everybody out of the school safely before the weather gets too bad. And we are well aware that you may not be very close to us to come get your child. So I know that's a thing that comes up, where making sure that backup person is on that list. And that's, I'm assuming, is that all in the registration
It
information?
is.
Okay.
And there is a parent handbook that was sent out to all families, again in the Brightwheel app, but it's also on our district website as well.
That's great because you led right into my next question. See the questions I have when it pops up. Everybody should be relatively aware, I think, in the information packet about Brightwheel. But for those who don't, just if you can say, we sometimes we use terms in the school district and we know what we're
Yes.
talking about, but just explain what Brightwheel is and
So
what all is going to be in it.
Yep. So all parents should know what Brightwheel is because that's how you registered for our program. Upon registering, you were brought right to Brightwheel, and you've now sent in all of your paperwork, your tuition agreements, your emergency contact forms, your physicals via the Brightwheel app. Paperwork was due on August 1st. There are some families we're still waiting for paperwork for, so I'm going to urge you to get that into us by tonight because once we get this paperwork out to the schools, it's not going to be till September 15th, as my email said, that we'll be able to get you guys started.
Great. And when we talked about our regularly scheduled early dismissals, the ones
Mhm.
we know are coming up that are in the schedule and that we're running extended school care, you said the start times. What time did those, what time does extended school care run on a regular early dismissal day when it begins after school?
Sure. So a regular early dismissal day, it could be 12 for the earlier schools. Bridle Path and Walton Farm start earlier, and then the other schools it's at 12:35, I think, but we just say
Yeah.
12:30
Mhm.
to make it.
And how late, I mean, how late does that program run at the same
It
time?
runs till 6 o'clock as normal.
Right.
Yep.
Great. And then my last question,
Yes.
and there's amazing questions here we'll get to, but I know this has come up in the past, and maybe it's different, but you fill out a lot. If your child has medications and you have a action plan for the medication or for asthma, those types of things, EpiPens, all of that, it seems like, well, I've given it to the school, so they should have it.
Yes.
That you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's very critical you do those action plans and medications for extended school care. And while it's in the
Correct.
same building, the same staff is not there at the same time, whether it's before or after school. And the action plans and medications you give to the school nurse for the daytime is separate, and you need to make sure you're doing both because it does seem like, well, I gave that to the school, they should have it.
Right.
But if you think about, we're starting first thing in the morning, teachers aren't necessarily there, the nurses aren't there till right before school starts. So if you can clarify and make sure if I'm correct, but being clear on that it really is extended school care, medication,
Yes.
action plans, and then the school's action
Yes.
plans.
Yes. So we need our own action plans and medications because again, the school nurses aren't in the building at the same time we are, and their offices are locked up. The medication that you provide us, along with the instructions, will be locked up in our space so that we have access to it in the event of an emergency.
Great. And I hope that's clear for
Yeah.
everybody. Just I know that's come up. That question has come up and going, but you have it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's really critical there. Question here. We're going to start off the top here.
Yeah. I see. There's a lot of good questions in
Yeah.
there.
So if you're scheduled for 7 a.m. for extended school care, do you have to drop off exactly at 7 a.m.? Is it a wiggle room?
You do
What's your
not have to
preference?
drop off right at 7. You could drop off anytime after 7, you just can't drop off before 7, and each school has its own drop-off location, and that's going to be the door letter that we talked about. You're going to pick up at the specified or drop off, I'm sorry, at the specified door anytime after 7 o'clock.
Gotcha. And then we talked about how at the end of the day you pick up the kindergarten through first grade, second grade, first
Mhm.
grade. And
Kindergarten through 2nd.
okay. And what happens in the morning? Do you help take them to class?
Yep. Well, so each person, each group, the way our groups are broken apart, there's staff who are responsible for each of those age groups. And then those staff will walk the younger children to their classrooms.
Excellent. And as I'm scrolling down here, another medication question. As far as the medications, how do they get them to your staff? Is it bringing it the first day? What's the process for that?
Yes. So I would recommend that you bring it with you the very first day that your child comes. I recommend that you put it in a Ziploc bag because what's going to end up happening is we're going to put it in a Ziploc bag with your action plan, and we're going to make sure that's sealed with their name on the outside of it, and we're going to lock it away. And then again, in the event of an emergency, we know exactly how to access that.
Excellent. Question about in-service day payments, the extra days.
Yep.
Do ELRC families also
I
pay the same fee?
saw that. So ELRC families, you will never pay anything other than your copay. The Early Learning Resource Center pays the difference for that. And I urge everyone to go onto our district website. I did put in there a link to the ELRC. It is a great resource for families. If you're receiving reduced lunches or TANF or any SNAP benefits, likelihood is you qualify and they cover your cost of childcare at a weekly copay. So it's amazing resource for
Okay.
families.
Great. And then as far as the Brightwheel app, asking about both mom and dad, both parents, Can there be two accounts? How's that work if one parent wants notifications and obviously the other parent wants notifications?
Yes. So when you go in there, the parents set it up. So if there is, again, a two-parent household, both parents could have access to the information in the event that the families live at different residences and they have separate billing. So, say a family has a separate billing, we can separate that out so that you're each getting your own percentage of the tuition. And it's all, I believe, confidential, that only you can see, that it is confidential, so that only that parent can see that charge, and if
Got
it's paid and if it's not paid.
Do they need to do anything from an invite code or anything like that, or just go into the Brightwell application and manage it?
They can just go in there. If you need to separate it out, you can give us a call and I can make sure that your billing is set up that way as well. But in there, it's they get to sign up for whether or not they want to see billing notifications. If they want to pay, like, they could set all that up right through Brightwheel.
Got it. Maybe I'm not quite sure I understand the next question. So Marissa, you can clarify it if we don't get it right here. The question was, do you want before school kids to list if they will be there as well? I'm assuming in a scenario, an in-service maybe. So
I
I'm
think
not
I
sure,
understand what
Marissa.
she's asking.
Yeah.
I think she's saying, if the kid is not going to come to before school care, do
Mhm.
they need to let us know?
Got it.
And the answer to that question would be no. You don't have to let us know. We're glad for you to send us a message in Brightwheel letting us know your child's not coming. But we know that if you don't bring your child to us, that they're safe at home with you.
Great. Uh, are snacks provided or does a parent pack them?
So snacks are provided. There's going to be a menu you receive each month that's going to tell you what the snacks are and what um, the breakfast is. Excuse me, at the school. However, if your child is a finicky child or they have some special medical allergies, gluten free, any of that stuff, you can let us know and we can work with our food service department to get the appropriate snack for your child. Or you're welcome to send alternate snacks for your child. I mean, any parent can send an alternate snack for their child. It doesn't have to just be those with medical concerns or, you know.
Got it. And as far as first day of extended school care, when does extended school care begin for the school year?
So, great question. Extended school care starts on the very first day of school. Now, if your child is a kindergarten student, your first day of school is not the 27th. Your child has an orientation, so your first day will be the 28th.
Very good. If someone wanted to add aftercare that they didn't do already for the start of the year, how do they make that request? And is it too late?
So, for the start of the school year, if you want to make that change, I would ask that you shoot me a message in Brightwheel, and I will see that, and I will be able to make that. I can't guarantee I could start it for the very first day of school. I will do my best to do that.
Got it. And keeping in mind there's limits and registrations and those types of things too, so making
Correct.
space for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I
so
see there's a question about a nanny. So if you're in our program and like you're supposed to do the a like you do PM and your person can't cover you on a certain day, again, you can always call us, and if we have availability that day, like Bob said, we have certain limits capacity of how many students can be in our program. But if we have space that we could safely take your child adhering to our ratio, then we will gladly add you to that day.
great. How are parents getting the information about each school? So every school, the door is different, and where you drop off is different, just because it's a different building. So
Yes.
where do they get their specific school information?
Sure. So, in your newsletter, which I don't believe went out yet, Kyle will be sending that out. That's going to go out, and on the last page, it tells you what door you drop off and pick up on. It will tell you what the site director's name at your school is and the number to reach them. But the site directors will be sending out information to all families at their school this week. Their first day back is Friday, so either Friday or first thing Monday or Tuesday, they'll be getting it to you.
Great. Uh, this question here is it a hard start, hard stop for drop off at extended school care? I'm going to read it all out so you'll
Okay.
better translate it here. But can I pick up and drop off and within the time frame of extended care? Or is it a hard start and a hard stop? Um, which we said before, we're in that window as long as you're dropping off, right?
Yeah, so you could drop off anytime after 7 o'clock and pick up anytime before 6.
Got it. Well, and if you're picking up at 12 noon, you're calling the office to get them out of school. They're not there
Correct.
all day.
Right.
Um, Question here. I'm going to go ahead and answer this for you. Yeah, there's no school bus for before and after school care. So the
It's
bus is
not.
for the school time. So that definitely is needing to get your child to the school if you're doing before and pick up after care. There's another question then. Do you have any scenarios where, because I know we have this as far as transportation after school, where a student may go to another aftercare, or they may have a bus that picks them up at school. Is there any scenarios where there's like an extended, where you would have a care picking up from our care to some other place? So is there,
Um, we don't have that because all of our children who are in our program are coming right from our school or going right to our schools. Yeah, and I do see a question there from I just went Christine. Um, so you had asked a question about the paperwork. The paperwork was not emailed to families. The paperwork was sent to families in the Brightwheel app. So if you go into your Brightwheel app, there's a documents and form section. So when you go in there, there's multiple things. So like you want to make sure you see the admissions packet. So it was sent as a packet. It's two pieces of paper, and if you have not received that and you don't see it, please shoot me an email and I'll help you work through that.
Gotcha. As I scroll through, just to thank you. A parent
Yes,
that has had their kids go through here says it's an incredible program, easy to call with questions, and always a quick response. So kudos, good job, everybody in extended school care. As far as at each school, and it varies. Generally, where are students at during the day when they're doing before care and after school after care?
sure. So we basically are stationed in our cafeteria areas, but our students do use the gym and outside areas. In some of our larger schools where there's, oh, what are they called? Those cute little areas off the pods. I can't think what it's called, but there's some like little small learning.
Large group instructions.
Yeah, no, that's not what it's called, but something like that.
Um,
There's these little instruction areas off there, and they do go into those areas as well.
And as far as breakfast, everybody gets breakfast, or is it just folks?
Everybody gets
If doesn't
breakfast.
matter. If
Doesn't
you're
matter if it's your day to come to childcare or not. It doesn't matter. Like, again, the school's going to provide breakfast, and we're going to provide breakfast in childcare.
Gotcha. And then there's a question about admin on site at each school during the duration of extended school care. The only official administrator is
Yes.
Jackie right here in the call with us. But talk about how that works at your site and site directors and those types of things.
Sure. So, we have 13 elementary schools, which are overseen by two assistant coordinators. We have one person who oversees 6 of our locations and one person that oversees 7 of our locations. But within each of those locations on site is a site director. That site director is a certified teacher that works in that program. They are not a district employee who's already teaching. It's a district employee who's just doing childcare.
Got it.
Um, and then within then there's different group leaders and different stuff like that.
Okay. And then people are just asking about some of the things they've uploaded in Brightwheel and the healthcare assessment, those types of things. Some of them say in progress. They just want to make sure, what do they
Right.
need to do if it says
If
that?
it is in progress, you did not send it to us. You probably filled it out and did not hit submit. If it's in progress, it would say completed. Um, and the other thing is not started. So those would be the two things you'd see: not started, completed, or in progress.
Got it. So if they're still struggling and for whatever reason they think they've uploaded it or it's not going, or maybe it's the wrong format to upload, any of those types of things, where can they get additional help if they're like, I'm trying, but I'm having trouble?
Yep, just call the office. I've worked with a lot of families this week just getting into the Brightwell app, and a lot of times it's a matter of, oh, I didn't, like they can only see one thing on there if they're using their mobile phone, but if they swipe left, they'll be able to see more information.
Got it. Go ahead and say the phone number right now to call the office.
215-853-1038 or 1039.
Excellent. See, there we go. I knew that was going to be. I'm still scrolling down, but that'll be a
Yeah.
question here. Um, just a real quick refresher, just asking about early dismissal days again. And there's two different scenarios that we really have. It's early dismissals that we know we're having, we're planning because we have in service that afternoon. Talk about that one first.
So any early dismissal that we are planning for, it's on that first
I think we lost Jackie for a second here. Somebody give me a shout if you only see me right now because I see her frozen. Okay, yeah, everybody's showing me with the hands raised. Appreciate it. We'll give Jackie a second here. Here she comes. Is she back?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
not
you're
sure.
back. You just froze for a second. So what's
I
great is
was
everybody
lost.
was really awesome, and I love that you used the tool this way. I said, "Hey, somebody throw in the chat if Jackie's also frozen for you," and all the little hands raised, like bing, 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 bing. So I really
Oh,
appreciate
awesome.
you guys doing that. All right,
Yeah, I just
so
got totally kicked out.
yeah, so we're just going to talk say real again about our regular early
Yep.
dismissal dates. We know what's going on. Just real quick, what is it again?
Sure. Regular early dismissal days are pre-planned days. That information is in our parent handbook. It'll be in your newsletters, and it's going to be on our website as well. And it's pre-planned. The kids get dismissed from school. They come right with us. If it is a regularly scheduled day, it's going to be like no other day. They're just going to come right to us just earlier. If it is a day that you're not scheduled to attend, you just need to reach out to us, and we can let you know if we can accommodate your child in the program that day.
Got it. And then I'll explain the other part. The early dismissal basically is we have an early dismissal, and we usually close 2 hours after the dismissal time was given. So if we early dismiss because of weather and we called that everybody's leaving at noon, it would be 2 o'clock. There will be scenarios where the weather is so bad, and that was when we talked about that backup person to pick up that can be there locally, that to be able to pick up your child as soon as possible. And that's the goal. It's not to use the full 2 hours, as quickly as you can to get your child so everybody can safely get home in a bad weather environment.
Right.
Alrighty.
And I did see a question about computers in there. And so children do have an opportunity. They use their computers all day long in school. The rules for their school day apply for your child in aftercare. A lot of our schools just do Technology Tuesdays. We don't necessarily have it out all the time. And it's typically only our older children that are on their laptops in the afternoon. The younger kids, we typically, aren't giving them computer time.
Got it. There's a couple questions on billing and cost for days and adding a day
Mhm.
and seeing about registering for another element that
Yes.
didn't register for. Again, if you need to make a change that was different than your first registration
Yes.
that you'd like to do, what's the best way to contact you guys?
You can go right into Brightwheel, send the message in Brightwheel. You love that answer, Brightwheel,
I
don't
do.
you, Bob? Okay, and if you have any questions about rates, the rates are posted on our district website. So you can always go to the district website for families and go to extended school care. And we have a bunch of information on there as well.
All right, very good. All right. Um, it says which schools are already Star 2 certified. That's your world of language. I don't quite
Yeah,
understand.
so that's Keystone Stars.
Okay.
So all of our schools are in the process. It's just a matter of us getting our certificate for them, and we're working on moving a couple of our schools to Star 3. The ones that have there's schools that have already been moved. So I know right off the top of my head that Gwinnett Square, Montgomery. No, there's more. I think Nap is definitely one in Hatfield. They're all I know definitely already Star 2s.
Okay. And
And the other twos are just about getting the paperwork, their certificate.
excellent. Great to hear. And then the other thing we talked about it briefly in the presentation here, but talk again about how the students in extended school care also participate. We do safety drills and fire drills and different things as part
Yes,
of the regular school day. What are the types of things you do with the students so that they know what to do in an emergency, whether
sure.
it's before or after school?
Right. So a part of our DHS requirement, DHS and OCDEL are the governing agencies that oversee us. They require that we do a fire drill every other month. We like to do a fire drill every month because our enrollment may change each month, and
Mhm.
we want to make sure our students know what they're doing when they're with us. We are required each year to do a one lockdown drill, like another type of drill, or a weather emergency drill. So those are typically done once each. I saw a question about Alice training, and we don't practice that. We don't do anything with our children in that regarding that at this point.
Got it. And then another question in Brightwheel, can they see what they signed up for if they forgot what they signed up for?
They should be able to go in and look at their tuition agreement and see the days, like the number of days that they signed up for. If they have specific questions about specific days, like if it was 3 days a week, they can always reach out and ask that question. Any of our staff here at the ESC can answer that question.
Okay. And then I can answer this one. Is this being recorded? Yes. And will it be posted? Yes. So we'll be able. Oh, this is now you can answer the third. Really, I just saw this. And can it be posted in Brightwheel?
I can send it out. I think in Brightwell. I don't know what the
Even if we just send the link of the YouTube
Yeah,
video and send it to the
absolutely. I could
presentation.
send the email, the link to the, yeah, absolutely.
So great idea. Thanks for saying that. We've
Yes.
just always posted the website, but of course you can go through Brightwheel.
And then the other thing is I saw a question about invoicing.
Mhm.
So your first invoice should go out to you on the 22nd. It's 10 days before the start of the month that it goes out. And if you are a family who receives ELRC, you make weekly copays, they go out 3 days before. So you should get that on a Wednesday, the week before school starts.
Great. And I'm not sure we talked about this. I'm sure we did at some level, but for I think this is one that's a bridal path. So like the days off where we have an in-service day, I think like election day is one of these days, probably, right?
Could
Um,
be. There's no childcare on election day though.
oh, okay. So there are days that we have an in-service day that's a day off for students, and that's the one that takes place at Bridal Path, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Correct. And there's 6 days that we're offering that this year.
Yep.
It is on the PowerPoint that we did that will get
Mhm.
posted. It's also in our handbook because if you asked me to recall them all right now, I would not be able to do that off the top of my head.
Very good. A lot of these are billing questions, form
Yep.
questions. We do ask you to reach out and figure those out, all those individual varieties of what might be
Yep.
happening.
And anybody who's on a wait list for some point, when the spot becomes available, we will reach out to you. Kyle will make a call to you, or possibly Linda will make a call for you based on what school you're at, and let you know the space is available.
Excellent. They are all the questions that we just sorted through. There's 56 questions. I tried to group some things together. So again, if we didn't get to a specific question that you have a question about your account, your days, how much, all those things, definitely through Brightwheel, or if you really need to, you're struggling with the Brightwheel to get the forms and whatnot in there, or
Email or phone call.
give us the phone call. What's the number again?
Yes. It is 215-853-1038 or 1039.
All right, this is very exciting. It's an exciting time of the year. We got school starting next week. There's a lot going on, and it's a lot I know for parents to do as well.
Absolutely.
We do appreciate you being here tonight to go through the
Yes.
presentation. As long as I can download everything tonight, this whole presentation should be uploaded tonight on the Extended School website, Extended School Care website. And I'm sure Jackie, within the next day or so, will can send out a here's if you missed it email. Here's the
Yep.
presentation
Absolutely.
and the YouTube video. Jackie, any final thoughts for our parents as we wrap
No,
this up tonight?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. We had a large participant group at one point. I saw as many as 80 people were here. So that has been our highest group of family or people that have been here with us. So I really appreciate you taking the time to learn about the extended school care program, what's happening with your child, and if I could be of any help along the way, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Awesome. All righty, folks. It's a wonderful night. It's a nice, cool night for sleeping. So everybody get to bed early tonight. Get ready for tomorrow. That's what I'm
Yep.
doing anyway. So, all right. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Again, look for this on the Extended School website and then check your Brightwheel app for all of the messages that come through, including this in the next day or so. We appreciate everybody being here tonight. We just ask everybody to stay safe and take care.
Thank you, Bob.
All right. See everybody.